If you told me that we wouldn't make top 4 in the league, I would've told a man shut up. Cause we were like 15 points clear of Liverpool. How the hell can we effort? But now there's a 1 point gap. Every one of them needs a slap. Every one of them took a nap, they were sleeping. When we catch back to back L's, Liverpool's coming back like return of the map. And we got nothing in attack. Consistency, that's what we lack. Trusted the team, but they don't trust themselves. So when we show faith, they throw it right back. Casemiro, he was Casemiro, now he's Casemiro like Anya and Chalala. I got a text and it says half of the squad's needed a sack, and I mean Asalala. I mean ASAP, get him out. Yo, this is the OT99 bantering where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, this is another sad result, another outcome. Look, Manchester United are letting top 4 slip from their hands, literally slip from their hands. Manchester United at one point was 15 points clear of Liverpool. Now the cushion is reduced. Now it's only 1 point. And all of these games in hand, like us Manchester United fans were getting comfortable about, it's a myth. It is a myth, because if you ain't converting those games in hand into 3 points, it means nothing. And all of this last back-to-back losses that we've taken has shown us why these silly games in hands mean nothing. Manchester United away from home, quite frankly, we can just write it off. We've got another game in hand against Bournemouth. If we don't win that game, just know it's long. Because these man are in a pressure cooker right about now, and them man can't handle it. They can't handle the pressure. It is peak, especially away from home. The mentality is gone. It is totally gone. Manchester United are dropping points after dropping point, and Liverpool is hit form at the right time for them, but at the wrong time for us. Manchester United are moving like we don't even deserve. Like, what are we going to do in top 4? Please tell me what we're going to do in Champions League. What are we going to do? This form is not going to get us anywhere in Champions League. It is not going to get us anywhere. Any half decent team will smoke us out of Champions League quicker than you can say Champions League, and we'll be right back in Europa. Look, Sevilla, we couldn't get past Sevilla. We let 2 goals slide in Sevilla against Sevilla, and you want to be talking about Champions League football for what? At the end of the day, it means nothing. The only reason why I want to get into Champions League right about now, look, one, I want us to obviously attract the right players. True. And I want us to have more money to spend in the summer window, especially after hearing financial fair play and us potentially only having 100 million to spend. True. But in terms of what you want to do in Champions League in that competition, it is a myth. It is a myth. Forget about it. We're only going in Champions League to get knocked right back down. Look, I'm tired of watching Manchester United where in the first 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes maybe in the first half, we turn up. We have a couple of chances. We look like we're in a game. Outside of that, the rest of the 60, 70 minutes, Manchester United is looking flat. It is so one-sided. Look, we looked at the game against Brighton, That scoreline didn't reflect that game. Not one Manchester United fan could be leaving that game against Brighton thinking, oh, damn, we were hard done by it. Oh, we didn't deserve to lose. Everyone knew that we just scraped through. Look, Man United were just clutching, thinking, no, like, please, let's just grab this 1 point and duck out of this place. Handball, boom, penalty scored. McAllister, done. 3 points lost. And in that game, Bruno Fernandes put through guys like Anthony, knocks it wide, not getting it on target. Rashford again, knocking it straight at the keeper. Martial getting an opportunity again, knocking it straight at the keeper. Look, we can't afford to be wasting chances. Not with this team. We just don't like to score away from home. We saw the Arsenal game, We saw Odegaard. One shot, boom, in the net. Maybe it wasn't one shot, but they took the opportunity and took it early. And what that did was help to calm down them Newcastle fans a bit, stifle them a bit. The second goal completely wiped them out. And Arsenal were able to control the game. Manchester United don't play a football style where we control the game. Our one's transitions, quick transitions. So when we do get those opportunities, we really do need to make the most out of it, because we know in this game we're going to be inviting a lot of pressure with the way we play, especially when Manchester United try to play out from defence. We invited pressure in a Brighton game where Lindelof done a poor pass to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Matoma had a one-on-one that somehow he missed. And in this game, we saw again where Manchester United tried to attempt to play out from the back, and it just don't work. Manchester United have not got the defence. to be trying to implement the style. And Eric Ten Hag says, you know what? You've got to use common sense to these players. He's not telling them to be consistently playing out from the defense. He's not telling them to do that. These men are choosing to take their own initiative to do that. And when you're inviting pressure, you need to be comfortable enough to make sure you can play out from the defense. And we don't need any more additional pressure, because whenever these teams press us, I tell you that from now, whenever the opposition press Manchester United, we can't hack it. We give away the ball. We completely give away the ball. And that's what happens. I feel like any signing that Manchester United makes in a summer, it needs to be one, the key attributes. One, mentality. You need to have a mentality of a winner. And two, they all need to be press resistant. We can't be playing this football where we're just worried when someone comes at us. Like, there's certain guys like Martinez and Cole, even Shaw, like when them are running at him, he can hold his own. You saw how he held his own against Antonio. And to be fair, sure, I give it to him. I give him ratings because, to be fair, he was the only one that seemed like he cared. He's the only one that seemed like he was trying. The rest of these guys, they're not putting in half of the effort. West Ham are safe now, and that's because of us. West Ham lost their last 3 games, getting smoked against, I don't know if it was Palace, City, or one of them. Look, Manchester United always give these teams fighting relegation or wherever they are hope, opportunity. Nobody's scared of us. Nobody's scared of us, especially in their home ground. Nobody is scared of Manchester United. Manchester United is too up and down, too hot and cold. And this is the first time I feel in a long time where Manchester United is dropped like 3 points or dropped and not bounced back. Doing back-to-back L's in the Premier League at this stage of the season is criminal. It is criminal, because Liverpool don't look like they're losing another game. And yeah, Newcastle just probably played their toughest game, I would suspect, that they've got to play now for the rest of the season, which was Arsenal. And they're probably going to continue to bounce back and continue to just rack up points. And Manchester United, as they're doing stop, start like the Mercedes new engines, like, we can't continue to be moving like this. We can't continue to be moving like this. If Rashford don't put it in the net, nobody else is scoring. Like, we hit the post twice. Rashford hits the post. I can't remember who else hit the post. Anthony hit the post. And it's just that when you're getting those opportunities, you need to be clinical. And all season, it's been the same story. And I hate where I try to build up my hopes, thinking, okay, yeah, maybe the top half we don't do so well, but the bottom half we can get something. It's the same thing, bottom half as well. And the one person that came in and brought that mentality to this team in terms of the dog fight was Martinez, and he's out of the season. And where's the fight from these guys? Where is the fight? Who's picking this team up from the scruff of the neck and saying, let's move? Like Casemiro, he's hiding now. I had a lot of praise and admiration for Casemiro. He's done a lot for us this season. But it seems that now he's got in the back of his mind, if I do this tackle, if I do that tackle, I'm going to get a red card, I'm going to get sent off. Our midfield is not in play. They're not in play. It don't matter who we play with this current crop of players. There's just no midfield. They can't manage the game. You see Eriksen, he's in there. He's brought in to try and bring a bit of control. And he's not doing that. He's not providing that for us. He's just getting there. It's just non-existent. It's non-existent. Do you know what I mean? Lindelof, he did okay. I ain't gonna lie, he's been doing okay over the last couple of games, and I can't be too mad at Lindelof, because Lindelof, in my opinion, is not a guy that should be starting week in, week out. It's unfortunate that Varane and Martinez has been injured at the same time. Luke Shaw as well, you can't be mad at that guy playing centre-back. Malacia is not doing enough advancing the ball forward. Like, our fullbacks are just not doing enough advancing the ball forward. As much as I love Malacia's defending, and his recovery defence, he's not been doing well over the last few weeks. Wan-Bissaka as well has been doing well, but going forward, we obviously need more. And I can see why we're linked with guys like Frimpong, because we need offensive support. We ain't got that. In a team, it is flat. Martial's in there, and you're just like, okay, before we was talking about, his goal ratio per minute or per game start or whatever it is. It's doing nothing now. Flatlined. And we're talking about these guys, talking about forwards, thinking that we're having enough. Look, Eric Ten Hag is getting all the information he needs to be able to make that decision now, to be able to say, you need to move on. You need to move on, and this is what we need to bring in. And it's unfortunate, that this financial fair play, I just hope that these rumours of Manchester United only having 100 million to spend is false. I really do. And it ain't helping us that this whole buyout of Manchester United is probably going to delay and go into the summer and set us back even more. Because right about now, I was hoping that I heard that Man United was taken over and we've got this massive kitty, because these teams are already starting their business. Liverpool's already engaging with McAllister. Like Real Madrid's already engaging with Jude Bellingham. People are making moves, and Manchester United are here chilling, thinking, waiting for us to be taken over by Sir Jim Ratcliffe or the Glazers. Like, we need this happen. We need this happen now, so we can start planning and getting in the right profiles now. We've got a lot of work to do, and this team is just stressing me out. Like with David De Gea, that goal that he let in just gave West Ham all the confidence, all the ammunition that they needed to go on to get something from that game. Everything. You can't do that. Like, for all the good saves that he made in the Brighton game, for all the good saves that he even made, he made a couple of saves in this game. I ain't gonna lie, he done a couple of saves. But for when you let in a goal like that, you got a hand on it. It wasn't a firm hand. It just rolls over his hand or under his hand. I can't remember. You can't call yourself a 200k plus guy that you're probably going to sign a contract for, or 300, whatever it looks like, 250, 200. You can't be coming to have these negotiations and you're letting in goals like that. It undoes all the good stuff that you've been doing. It undoes it, David De Gea, man. You make good saves and then you apply pressure to us or concede a goal like that. That's not what you could do for a top class keeper. It's not what you do for a Champions League. There was no pressure there, bro. There was no pressure, and you just let West Ham take the lead. It feels like Manchester United don't feel comfortable unless we're down. It feels like every game is like a handicap game. It feels like we have to be down, and when we're down, that's when we kick in and start trying to, I don't know, we might as well start every game being 1-0 down, because these teams don't have to work hard when they're playing against Manchester United to score. They don't. If it's not an own goal, it's a self-inflicted pass from the back that, we get intercepted, or it's a fluky goal like that we just left slide in. Whereas when Manchester United get their goals, it's hard work to get a goal for Manchester United. It is hard work. And if it's not Rashford scoring the goal, you're looking at it like thinking, oh man, this is like a lottery draw. We're praying and hoping someone scores. It is long. And any team that sits off us, we've got hope. But any team that applies pressure, shows a bit of force, athleticism in the midfield, it's a wrap for Manchester United. Like, I can't confidently say that Manchester United's going to continue their home form, because the more we're winning, losing away, the more that mentality kind of creeps in and can potentially set in, and we start dropping points at home. We still got Chelsea to play. And now for other teams, other teams, they may say, Chelsea's, they'll take points off them. They're poor. But we've seen how Manchester United perform when we're not doing. We've seen how other teams can perform against Man United when we're not up for it. We saw Tottenham. We went to Tottenham's ground. Everyone's thinking, this is a walk in a park. Look, Tottenham came back to look. No game that we've got left, whether it's Wolves, where it's always a 1-goal game and it's a tight game, whether it's Bournemouth, who's fighting for their lives and doing well and can take points off any team right about now, and whether it's Chelsea, that I feel confident of. Do I feel confident in that we're going to get 3 points? I don't. Like, we need to win how many games? 3 more games to secure top 4. I don't have the confidence that Manchester United is going to secure 3 wins. I don't. I really don't. And where I felt comfortable at home, we've left the margin too close now. It's too tight. At one point, it is too tight. There's no room for error now. There's no room for error. Yeah, it might be in our hands to secure top 4, but Manchester United don't have the consistency to be having this one point margin up against Liverpool, who don't look like they're going to be dropping any more points going forward. They've got a decent run in now. They've got all of their players back. They're raring to go. And it's not an excuse that we played the most games in the league anymore. I'm tired, or in Europe. It's just not an excuse. It's not an excuse that them like Varane and Martinez are injured. It's not an excuse. We all have the same amount of games in the season. And we, more than anyone, Liverpool's probably had the most injuries. out of anyone. And they've gone through the grit. Yeah, it's impacted on their season, but they hit form now where it truly matters. And Manchester United, where it truly matters, need to show the mental. It's not about necessarily, oh, we're tired. And Eric Ten Hag supports that as well. It's not about us being tired. It's a mental. Because really and truly, we could be blown away a lot of these teams in the first half. We could be 2-3 goals up in the first half and then manage the game that way. But Manchester United are getting all these ample opportunities, knocking it off target, knocking it wide. Look, in yesterday's game, against West Ham, we saw frustration. We saw them like Bruno smashing it wide off target where he could be putting in crosses into the box. We saw Rashford doing the same. Frustration is kicking in. These men are losing their heads now. You understand? We'll give him Bruno praises at times where we're like, you know what, he's not doing those rash kicks no more, or rash shots where it's going into row Z. We'll give him Rashford a lot of praise when he was coming with the mentality thing, like to say, do you know what, I'm focused. But Rashford's almost got 30 goals in all competitions. It's his best season. Like, look, Rash has done more than enough for his development of where he's come from to where he is now. He's done more than enough. And I know, like, as a team player, we want more, we want more, we want more. And he's not that type of guy to be creating goals and assists and be like, you know, he's done a lot. He's done a lot. And we need these other men to step up, and they're not stepping up. The midfield's not stepping up. The fullbacks are not stepping up. Nobody's stepping up. And that's the biggest issue with Manchester United. And when we're going into the summer window, we really need to be thinking, like, we need to deep it about who we want to be bringing into this club. Who even wants to come to this club? We really need to deep it, man, because there's a lot of surgery. And yes, a Harry Kane or Osimhen, who I heard, you know, they don't want to sell anyway in Napoli, but Harry Kane will make a massive difference. We saw how many goals that he's scoring for Tottenham. We know that without Kane, Tottenham would be somewhere floundering in the wilderness. But for Manchester United and the ambitions that we want, Harry Kane is not going to be enough. We can see the deep issues in this club, their inability to keep the ball, the inability to string a couple of passes together consistently without making a mistake, the inability to get pressed and be press resistant, the inability, to do all of these things, that lapses in concentration, no midfield. Like Manchester United, it's not going to save us getting Harry Kane, but it will make a massive improvement. It will make a massive improvement. And we really need to know now that we really need to go into this window throwing everything at Kane, but also looking at areas where we can improve. We need to make some harsh decisions. We really do need to make some harsh decisions. This isn't about how long you've been at the club. This isn't about, you know, what you've done in the past. We really do need to make tough decisions, because no matter how much Manchester United work, we can't be conceding games. We can't be continuing like this. We can't be conceding goals like the way we've been conceding over the last few weeks, especially away from home. We need to make radical changes, and we need to make those changes now. We need to start having those discussions now. And I hope Eric Ten Hag is looking at all of this and saying, do you know what? I know what to do. I know what the plan was. Just like his plan was with Ronaldo, just like his plan was with Harry Maguire, just like his plan was, with a lot of these guys before. He just needs to have that same thinking in his head going forward. He really does, man, because we are in the mud. We are in the mud. And if we don't make top four, we need to be having a true discussion about who the real bottlers are. It's a real discussion there. Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, if they don't win the league. And then there's Manchester United that's sitting high up that list, in my opinion, as well. We need to be having a real discussion about who is the biggest bottlers of this campaign. And I don't want to be having that discussion, but it's looking very likely at this minute with this current form that we're going to be in this situation where we're just looking back at it thinking, damn, this season was a failure. And I know we got a cup in the bag, but this season will be a failure, considering that we were sitting pretty ahead of Liverpool and we've allowed Liverpool to come back. It will be a complete failure. And these guys, what have we learned? I went into this season, not necessarily wanting, like, expecting top four, but at least as a bare minimum, I wanted consistency and an improved style of football and a consistency in that football. I can say that our defense is improved, but the consistency of football, we're not getting it. And I wanted at least that. I wanted it that other players can look at Manchester United and say, yeah, like something's happening here. Yeah, we're in the up. And when we was on form in the first half of the season, Pep Guardiola and all of these guys were looking at us thinking, yeah, something's changed. I think Erik ten Hag is the man. The consistency is not there. The style of play consistently is not there. We've seen glimpses of it, but it's not there. And that's the minimum that I wanted. And I know it's early in Erik ten Hag's tenure and in his reign. But I'm slightly feeling that there's certain players yet that just can't live up to those standards and expectations, or those standards that Erik ten Hag is setting. And if that is the case, bro, let them go. Let them go. Nah, I'm not player C out here. We've got stuff that we need to be doing, man. We've got progression that we need to make, man. And some of these players, man, it's not it, man. But it's sad to say, man. Look, we go again, man. We go again. And I got my eyes shut, man. I got my eyes shut. We get a nice little rest, 1 week break. And then we come back again, man. It's the first long rest that we've had in a while. I can't lie. It is like needed, much needed. And I think we need a reset. We need a big reset. And I hope Erik ten Hag can reverse this spell that these men are under, man. Because it is torturous, man. But we go again for the next game, man. I'm sad, man. But if I'm giving anyone ratings, I'll say it's Luke Shaw, because the way he was trying to put in a shift, man. He was trying to hold up Antonio, man. He ain't that. Once Antonio gets going and he gets running, you know, he's a steam train. You can't stop that guy. And as Shaw, we needed him in that game, man. And he tried. He tried. Malacia as well. At times he's been playing poorly, but he did put in a crunch challenge here and there. But I have to give it to Luke Shaw. Everyone else needs to step up. Everyone else needs to step up. And Erik ten Hag, I'm hoping that you're seeing these things now, man. Because not every day you can put Bruno on a wing, yeah, and it works. And to accommodate Weghorst, with all the love in the world for Weghorst, with the determination that he has, he just ain't it. And we can't be making accommodations for guys that are not supporting us offensively, and we really need goals. We really need goals. And how Sabitzer wasn't starting in that game, that can create, that has the tenacity and can also create. How Sancho weren't even starting in that game or didn't come on sooner, it blows my mind. It blows my mind, man. But anyway, Luke Shaw, man, hold tight you, and we go again, man, in the next game. Guys, remember to smash a like on the button. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know your thoughts, man. Let me know your thoughts on this game. Let me know if you feel like we can still make top 4, whether you feel like Liverpool's going to pip us to the post, man. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad.